I want to preface this video and before the battle starts with kind of just thanking the community for having me as long as they have. I've been playing Draft League since 2016. I've been a watcher of it since 2014, so over a decade of Draft League content, and I've kind of come to terms with my decision. I feel very happy about no longer playing in the format. I mean, it's been a while since I've kind of just trudged along and just been in the cycle of playing and prepping, and honestly, it feels pretty liberating. This is coming a few weeks after this battle actually took place, but I very much enjoy not having to prep and play in this format anymore. Now, it doesn't mean I can't watch and spectate and stuff. It's just I no longer want to participate in it by myself, with myself. But I have a few lists of people that I want to just kind of shout out for being great members of the community or close friends in the community for me, that I kind of appreciate for my ability to grow as a competitive battler, as a prepper, and kind of giving me my foothold in the community that I was able to have for the past 5-6 years since I joined the Discord community. But yeah, starting with my good friend Crow, Tiny Bombi, Jax, part of our first draft league that we participated with each other at school. Obviously, I was a big fan of it for 2 years and never had the ability to play a draft league, but we were able to band together and finally make that a reality for not just myself, but for all of us. And the fact that some of us continued to play outside of that league is a testament to the passion that we did actually have and that we're able to foster. And then moving on to the league that I did own, the PLA network, with our adjacent league friends in the PCF, and then obviously our PPL friend group. Just want to shout out SOS Aquatic Cody, you're my man. Hope you're doing well as well, but he was the main reason I got into the Discord draft community, so I appreciate him, as well as Colin, my friend Colin, and then also want to shout out Shy, Shadow, Spies, Jacob, Savage, Tyler, and Steven. You guys rock, and I appreciate you guys, meeting you guys in this community, and we're able to still be good friends after almost half a decade. And then I also want to shout out the Church of Saintus Pals. Saint himself was a big reason I was able to get into a lot of these more established leagues, especially the one that he owned in OLT. And so I appreciate all that he did, and that fact that he could be a good close friend, especially during the COVID era. And then that allowed me to get closer to people like Keenan or Kakrick, Hiker, and Bagel John. Shout outs to you guys, and I hope you guys are also doing well. And hopefully Keenan can finally retire from Pokemon, but that's probably not going to happen soon. And then just shout out to my the build partners I've had throughout this community, people that I kind of gone back to a lot and was able to build with. So early on, Beardy Dragon. Beardy is a good friend of mine, and we were able to kind of grow together and simultaneously help each other move up the ranks of certain leagues like League Dependency, I believe OLT as well, PLA, PCF. We participated in each other, but he was my first active build partner. Joey was another one in the PLA that I kind of worked with as well simultaneously with Beardy. So shout out to you guys, appreciate it. And then Kyle has been a pretty close friend beyond just building. I've been able to keep contact with him. We talk about anything we really want. Thanks for sticking around and being a good friend of mine. Abada, this was probably more within the past 2 years, but ever since our DPL run together where we won on Wings of Wrath, and then obviously he was part of the the Saintis group as well. We got close. I got to see him grow as a battler very rapidly, and honestly, he's definitely way better than me, which is why I always go to him for some guidance in the prep department or just game planning department. And then I appreciate helping you out as well when you do ask for it. But he helped me grow a lot in Generation 9 and through Generation 8, so I appreciate that a lot. And then my longtime build partner, since kind of just the beginning as well, Rye. Maybe we didn't prep together as much the past couple years, mainly because we've kind of just grew independent in terms of like prepping, but obviously a great friend of mine. We were able to meet in person before as well. Yeah, I appreciate everyone, all of you guys, for helping me throughout this half decade of, or even a decade long of draft league battling. But it's finally over. No longer need the prep assistance, or I mean, I'll still be able to talk about draft league if people bring it up and stuff, but I've made peace with this retirement. And yeah, I hope you guys do well. Hope you guys also find your peace, whether that's just continue playing, or maybe you decide to step away from the game as well when the time is right. But yeah, why don't we hop right into the battle, and you can see my final game in the draft league format. All right, welcome back everyone for TGS week number 8 against Blue. And yes, as it's titled, this is going to be the retirement match, the final match of the draft league, at least for the foreseeable future, but I don't really see myself wanting to come back and play. But we're going to treat it as such, our final match against Blue. I'm just going to do a quick rundown. His team is on here on the right side. He took over for Rye, but he kind of kept the team the same. So he has Dragapult, Terra King Gambit, which is really scary, Azu, Crook, Alolan Ninetales, Thundereye, Quillfish, Gallade, Terra Driftblim, and Ice-Cube. So I kind of just had to semi-prep for everything, but there's only so much I can do. It's hard to tell what he would narrow down to. But this is what I ultimately landed on in building. So we brought a Lum Torn-T for T-Wave Thundereye, but has Bleak Wind, Heat Wave, and Double Dance. Overquill, Spadef with Boots, Barb Barrage, Pain Split, Haze, Toxic Spikes. As you can see, it doesn't touch King Gambit, but if it Terras, we should be able to touch it, unless it's like Steel or Poison or something. But for the most part, I want this thing for Toxic Spikes. And because I wanted it to be Spadef, I wanted it to work in tandem with my Chi-Yu, which is Scarf Terra Fairy, with Dark Pulse, Terra Blast, Rest Talk. I felt like I didn't need the Fire move. That could bite me in the ass, but it could also act as a pivot for me to Dragapult if need be, and I can use Rest Talk as a way to kind of funnel around it using it as a pivot. I liked it in tandem with Spadef, Overquill, and then Dragonite, Ice Beam, Brick Break, Encore, and Roost with Rocky Helmet. Because Overquill was going to be this Poison Point Spadef set, Poison Point specifically to catch things like U-Turn Dragapult, or like U-Turn Thundy or whatever, or even Gallade if need be, but Helmet was good for King Gambit. I needed this as my King Gambit switch in. Brick Break is there to hit King Gambit, force it to Terra. Also gets rid of Veil, which is really nice. I wanted Thunderbolt on this, but Encore is pretty useful for Sucker Punch or SD King Gambit. It's also good for Azu if it's Belly Drum. Treads, Heavy Duty Boots, just has some Spadef, special attacks, Steel Beam, Volt Switch, Rapid Spin, Rocks. I just want it for Rocks, mainly. But yeah, it can Kamikaze its way out, it can pivot, it can spin if need be, but he has 2 Ghost types, so I gotta be careful about Volt Switching around a Drifblim to not activate a weakness policy, because that could be pretty bad, but luckily we do have Haze, Overquill. And then Rotom Wash, Helmet, with some Spadef and Defense Investment, kind of meant to handle Azu, can also take hits from like Dragapult as well. Hydro, I needed Hydro for Crook because it was too annoying otherwise. Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, and Pain Split. But yeah, I'll cut to when we're in the battle. Alright, we're here for the battle. I'm just going to send the challenge. As you can see, our retirement team. He was already loaded up on the calcs, but send the challenge here. And he does start with, he did turn the timer off. Okay, he brought Ice-Cube, so he brought some fun stuff. Driftblim did come. I'm going to move this over here. Don't mind me. So, have fun, mate. Yeah, so you did bring Ice Cube. This thing does get up to like really fast. I don't think I crept anything with that, actually. Okay, this outspeeds it. That's good. Torn doesn't outspeed that. So I gotta be careful. I can hit it with special hits, which my entire team predominantly is special outside of Overquill and Brick Break Dragonite, so that's pretty funny. So he doesn't really get the Ice Face thing. He did bring Hail, but no Thunderous, so interesting. Okay, so no Thunderous. So I can use Torn pretty aggressively here. He brought Gallade, which is scary, with Triple Axle and stuff. Gonna have to use like Overquill and Torn to revenge that, but it could be like Agility or something. And then no Azu, and no Crook, and no Quillfish. So Toxic Spikes goes absolutely bonkers here, unless he's Defog on his Drifblim or something. That's the kit. I think we have to link this. I'm not sure. It's been linked already. Okay. And his Terras are Kingambit and Drifblim. We brought Terra Flying. I assume it's Grass. So that's actually good. Overcool kind of checks that. Ice Beam can hit that as well. Torn hits it as well. Very interesting combo of stuff he brought here. So my initial lead was always going to be Chi-Yu. Unless there was no Quillfish, then I wanted to get up Toxic Spikes. And I think I'm going to do that. Actively what I want to do here. He doesn't have to Terra. He doesn't want to. I outspeed this. I hit 219 specifically, but I'm going to Toxic Spikes here. I could just switch as well to see what he clicks. I don't know exactly how much damage he does, because I'm not Fizz Death. And it depends if I actually want to take this hit before I take a Dragapult hit. Iron Head, that does a good amount of damage to me. Now, he doesn't necessarily know what I am, but I'm just going to Toxic Spikes here. He opts to go for Stealth Rocks, which is good on his part. Yeah. His only way to remove is Defog, but he brought 2 dragons, so I won't be able to really spin effectively here. And obviously he'll be able to do whatever he wants. I just want regular Toxic, I don't want Poison Toxic. But yeah, I can go into Dragonite here if I really want to. I don't know what else he would go into if he were to double. I don't know, maybe like Gallade or something. This would force him to Terra. The scale was broken. Let's put in rocks, so we know. Okay, so Kowtow Cleave does a good amount of damage, but I'm just gonna live with that. I only need this Mon for Kingambit, so it's fine. Yeah, that does not look invested at all. That might be this might be a bulky Kingambit. I don't know, maybe is it Fizz Death or something? Regardless, I'm gonna click Roost. If he decides to go for Sucker SD, I can Encore him. Bit scary because then he can lock into Sucker Punch after, but I can PP stall that by pivoting around and all that. I'm gonna go for a Roost. I assume he'll probably go into the Ninetales. We'll see if he's boots on anything. He is not. He's probably Light Clay. So I can't live a hit from this because I'm not at multi-scale. But he does take the poison there. This should give me a good free switch-in, unless he's like Specs or something. I don't really want to go Overcoil yet, so I'm going to go into my Treads. Let's see if he's Specs or something. He's not. He didn't go for that one thing, so I could Rapid Spin here to get rid of the rocks. He might expect that, but I'm just going to go for Stealth Rocks on my own because I want to be able to hit this, and I want to be able to hit the Drifblim and the Ice Cube if it happens to be those sets as well. Now, I could click Rapid Spin here, expecting him to swap out into something like... Well, if Pult comes in, I don't mind it taking that, but if Drifblim comes in, could be a bit scary. I think it's actually justified to click Rapid Spin here, personally. Because I'm not afraid of Drifblim. If Pult comes in, he'll reveal his item to me. Yeah, I'm going to Rapid Spin here. Now, I could just click Rocks, and it would be really useful to chip down things like Pult, Ice Cube, and Drifblim. Because if he stays in, I want to be able to punish tough turn for me. Well, semi-tough, but I mean, long-term rocks are gonna help. If I can spin for free though, I'd rather do that. I have no idea if he's scarfed though. That is the thing. That is a big thing. I think I'd rather just get my rocks up. Okay. Don't know if he's what he is. I don't know if he's locked in the blizzard or not. He could, because again, he could be scarfed, for all I know. I even to live max special attack blizzard from full. Yeah, see, it does 42 to 49, so it looks like he is max special attack. Again, I have no idea if what his investment actually is. I don't know if I want to go over quote yet. Just take this damage for no reason. I mean, I'm never spinning, I feel like, at this point. And it doesn't really outspeed anything outside of like Ice Cube or something. I think at this point I'd rather just... I mean, I could go Chiyu. Chiyu would take rocks. I guess that's the bummer here, is rocks are up for good and stuff. Blizzard does nothing. I should be able to revenge him with Chiyu after. That's alright. Terra Blast doesn't do anything though. Yeah, he might be scarfed. Ninetales. There's no easy way to scout that too, which is unfortunate. Well, in the off chance, do I want to save this? No, I'm just gonna rapid spin. Okay, he's not scarfed. He tried to cover me going potentially Rotom or Chiyu. That's good for me at the very least. At least I know what he is. So I can get my Chiyu in for free now. And he has no switch into Terra Fairy. He didn't bring any resist to it. I'll get rid of the Rocks weakness here. And I should be able to Terra Blast for free. He could go into like Drifblim or something, but I'm just going to Terra Blast. It's the only click I can click. I'm assuming he might be Light Clay. If he gives me this, that's great, because this thing will be basically gone later on, but he might be able to get a Veil versus like Dragonite, unless I opt to stay in and just Brick Break, expecting him to try and Veil. He goes King Gambit here. Okay, interesting. Okay, did that take rocks? It did take rocks. Okay, so he's like dead to rocks, but he might be able to suck. Well, he has no investment, so Sucker Punch is going to do like no damage. I think that's worthwhile to me. It could be bad for him, because he could just Iron Head here, expecting me to go like Dragonite to just die to Helmet, but then he'll bring in Ninetales. Maybe he thought I was Specs or something? I don't know. The Gallade is really scary. I have to be careful of Gallade. It's like Agility or SD Agility or something. Okay, he does Sucker Punch. It did even less than I thought it was going to do, which is fine. Again, we're rest talk on this, so we could always rest later, and works really well with Toxic Spikes. I did put a little bit more time into this prep compared to the past 3 weeks, where I kind of put in like 5-10 minutes. I wouldn't say it's perfect because I didn't like test it or anything like I was doing early, like the first 2 or 3 weeks, but no, more effort was put in. Alright, so he has Ice Cube. I want to know if it's Boots. It could be Citrus Berry if he's like Belly Drum. Ninetales if it comes in and it clicks any other move. That's its last turn being in, because it's in. He doesn't know I'm Scarfed. I assume he wants to get Ice Cube in. He probably wants to scout to see if I am Scarfed. I want to claim this. I don't want Veil being up. This is still really good versus him. I have to watch out for Shadow Sneak Gallade as well. But luckily I do have Torn that can revenge him as well. Dragapult, if he gets a DD up, could be scary as well. So I gotta be careful. I can always haze him with Overquill, which I would do, to prevent him from always setting up. And we are boots on Overquill, so I made sure some of my defensive walls outside of Dragonite, Rotom, were boots to be able to withstand potential spikes and all that being added up. Because I wasn't sure what type of team he would bring. I'm really shocked there's no Thundy. He has no flying resist, which is shocking. Okay, so I think he wants to see if I'm actually... He knows I'm not Specs. I didn't kill the King Gambit. And he revealed to me he wasn't Scarf, because he clicked Moonblast. Okay, he goes Gallade here. He gets Lum Buried. Okay, I'm not entirely sure what that sequence was. Gallade's gone, which is huge for me. Ninetales is going to be Custap Berry? Is that what he is? Okay, so he's Custap Berry, probably. It's unfortunate because... Yeah, because he can hit me here now with a Blizzard if he really wants to. And I am Terrid. It won't kill me, but you can put me in range of rocks, which is pretty annoying because then I have way less things for Dragapult. But he could get a Veil up here. Granted, it would be a short-turn Veil. So if it is a short-turn Veil, well, it could... I mean, he could be bluffing that he's Custap and just get a Light Clay one up. He'll die to Poison, I can't Brick it, and he can go into Dragapult. Granted, Toxic Spikes are up and I can just spam Haze versus that thing. Rotom, I don't have the one move. Okay, he probably wants to get Drifloon in there. And this is why I brought Barbarage, so I can at least poison the Drifloon there, and then I can Haze. Pain Split versus that thing. I can Encore it with Dragonite. And then Torn can come in and plot, potentially. Is it worth losing this? Positionally though, Rotom would be bad because then Dragapult gets in for free. The best thing would be to go Quill then, but still wouldn't be amazing. Ice Cube could come in and Belly Drum or something. I actually naturally outspeed that. This is tough. I don't really want to lose Chi-Yu here if he opts to click it. I mean, because even then, positionally, the Dragapult can get in, or the Drifloon would get in anyways. So it's just a matter of, do I want to take this damage with Overquill? I think it's fine because nothing really threatens me afterwards unless he's a physical Dragapult, to which I can just Haze. If he's Boots, then we'll know. Which makes it a little bit scarier. But he would have to kill me, and then I can revenge with Chi-Yu. I think that's the play. He has Custap Berry, I assume he's going to get up this Veil. He does. I get an Overquill at full, which is nice. I assume he's going to bring in his Ice Cube. Just so he can have the Ice Face and stuff. Barbarage is actually boosted on this, which is nice. That's why I brought it with Toxic Spikes, so I can do double damage. But he has the Ice Face ability, so it doesn't matter. If he opts to go Dragapult, I probably just spam Haze at this point. I might need to keep... Drifloon could be scary though, without this one. I do have Dragonite though. Yeah, I can't let Dragonite get the +1. I cannot. So he can two-shot me here with darts. Rocks take off. I think I EV'd Dragonite before to live a hit from this. Okay, it does get poisoned and it does take rocks, which is great. Okay, Overquill's in. I assume it's a Belly Drum set. This thing is not strong. I mean, it could be Blizzard. I'm Spadef. What the hell was that? Okay, I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I don't remember what any of these things do, so I'm just gonna... This was the mon I least prepped for, just like moveset wise. Head Smash, Weather Ball. Does it get any ground moves? No, it doesn't. Okay, this thing's not in like entirely strong. Crash. Okay, it's not doing a whole lot of damage, so I think I'm just gonna spam Haze. Well, if he belly drums, that wouldn't make sense to belly drum here. I don't really want to break his Ice Face. Does it recover? Slash data Ice Face. Effect is restored in snow. I mean, it would just be restored. I'm naturally faster than this, so I'm not really sure what this is clicking. I could just go Rotom and then Volt Switch out, because Rotom doesn't do anything else here. That's weird. It does get Freeze Dry. Okay, interesting. I am Helmet. Does this thing get Drain Punch? I'm just trying to figure out what this thing is gonna do. Because I can always Haze on him. I'm just gonna go Rotom here. Keep my thing healthy. Okay, I went for Agility. I'm just gonna Volt Switch. Freeze Dry won't kill. Okay, it gets a Freeze, which is really annoying, but he is poisoned. If he wants to get Dragapult in, this would be the turn to do it, but again, like I said, he would have to be some other type of set. Okay, Aurora Veil ends this next turn. I actually outspeed him. No, he hits 436. I hit 432. Oh my gosh. Let's check if this thing is like modest or something. I can't tell if he's never melt ice or not. Freeze Dry, he did 60%. So he's modest, never melt ice. That's the only way he does that much damage. So I know I actually outspeed him with Chi-Yu. And I could lock into Dark Pulse here. It's just a matter of, does Chi-Yu kill it through the screen? Because then he would kill me after. He doesn't have Blizzard up, which is nice. I could sack Torn. Hear me out. I could sack the Torn to Agility, maybe. Yeah, the issue is like with the Veil up, he'll live guaranteed. I don't know how much bulk he has. I don't want to go Overquill yet. I mean, so long Drifblim isn't doing anything, right? I should be able to win with Dark Pulse. Unless he's like Scarf Dragapult. But then I would know. So I think I go Overquill here. And I could Barbarage or I can Haze. I don't know. Like, I think he's never Melt Ice. Like, it doesn't do a whole lot to Overquill. Like, yeah, that does no damage. Ice Beam does 38. Barbarage protects him. He'll be protected on the one turn. First food will take 0 damage. He'll be poisoned. I could just Haze him. This could force him to attack me. I could go Dragonite. But then I can Encore the Drifblim later. But then I still have this. He would die to poison. I think it'd be wise to sack it, because I can get Chiyu in. It really just depends on if Drifblim is Colbur or not. I think I'd have to just live with that fact. He would need speed to outspeed me. I think I sacked the Dragonite here. It doesn't do anything. Okay, he Ice Beamed. The Veil is gone. Yeah, I know he's never Melt Ice. We're gonna Dark Pulse here. Drifblim will take rocks, so that's why I'm not too concerned here. He'd have to be Colbur Berry. But that doesn't kill. Use Acrobatics. Well, then I'll be able to stall potentially with Dragapult. I could play it safe versus Drifblim and just go hard Overquill. It'd be safest to go Overquill, because then at least I can scout what he is. I think that's wiser. I'm gonna do that. I don't want to deal with some random shit. Okay, so he is Terra Flying. I realized, yeah, he didn't Terra his Bisharp. I forgot about that. But yeah, I'm gonna Barb Barrage here. I just need to poison him. Maybe he's Hex. Okay, I haven't been able to poison him yet. I mean, I can just Pain Split on him. I don't know what this exchange is really gonna do for him. So that did. Okay, so it's Terra Flying. Overquill with Burned. Barb Barrage. Let's just put a Flame Orb on him. Yeah, I did 17% the burn through the burn. Okay, so he is Spadef. He looks Spadef vested. Okay, that did a good amount of damage. I have no idea what this is. I'll take another hit. Drifblim. Chiyu only does... I mean, then I would outspeed him. Dark Pulse. He might be like Salic Berry. 37%. He'll take 25. He'll be at 64 or something like that. I don't want this thing setting up, so I'm just gonna Haze. Haze spam. Okay. At this point, he shouldn't go for it, but I'm just gonna Haze. I specifically brought this for this. Alright, he kills me. I'm gonna spam Haze again. Losing this for Drifblim could be scary, but... Okay, so he dies. Okay, so he wants this in. Okay, so he's at a higher HP now. I mean, Rest Talk could probably beat that. It all just depends on what his move is, final move. I assume it's Acro or Air Slash or something. It sucks that I had to take rocks though. I'm just gonna plot. I am Lumberry, which is nice. Okay, I want to just completely bypass this, being... Well, he's gonna Endure, right? I think I just Bleak Wind here. Oh, he died. Okay, nice. GG. Torn wins. Ooh. So we end the season off on a high note. I end retirement on a win. So that's pretty pog. I was kind of hoping I could end on a win, and I thought my build was pretty good into what he could have brought, but he brought a very low tier-esque team in terms of like Ice Cube, Drifblim, Delayed, but all threats in their own right. But GG's to my opponent, Blue. Sorry it took some time on those turns. I just wanted to play optimally and all that. I know the previous weeks I was kind of just clicking away, but yeah. Finally can retire from this shit game, and yeah, feels good. I'm won the game, and I'm free from Pokemon Draft League. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. The season had a lot of ups and downs. Feel free to check out more of my Draft League content from the past. I did DPL recap, WPF. I believe there was like PGP content as well, Trick House. But yeah, this is probably my final battle-related video, like that I'm doing the battle. But thanks for sticking with me, and hope you guys enjoyed the season and the TGS. Towards the TGS playoff coaches, I wish you all very good luck, and hopefully we can crown a really good Season 1 champion. Any of the people who've qualified have earned it, and I'll be excited, but I'll probably be rooting for my boy Habada to win it all. But yeah, peace.